our startup is a tech startup that looks to come up with solutions that will help with fixing the mobility sector of Botswana. So the whole plan here is to build an ecosystem which is always up and running at all times, which helps Botswana pay for the ticketing, anything, getting documents online they might need from the transport department, and so on and so. So when it comes to this, to building the startup, we face a couple of challenges. We identified a couple of challenges. Firstly, being that current system is fragmented. It's scattered, the data is all over the place. When you're looking for certain things, you have to go to multiple offices just to get a couple of documents. So that there is one of the issues we identified. The second issue is that the process at the moment is quite slow because it's manual and you have to go to offices to get certain documents. And then the other one is that the user experience is quite bad, where you have to go to the offices, to the long queues, long lines, and just spend your whole day there, where afterwards you know that it's going to be hard for you to pay because the paying person might be not there. The last one is that there's no live insights. Our system right now is not connected in a way that if an official wants to get certain information on what's happening in another department, you can't get that unless they call or get to talk to the people in that department. So when it came to building our ecosystem, we wanted to leave out, to negate the part where we always hear that network get down way. We can't service you right now, the payment person is not there. So to get this ecosystem up, we came up with these three solutions here, which are that we came up with the devices. So with our solution, we'll have NFCs being put in cars instead of the paper which is now being put into cars for identifying vehicles. Officers will be equipped with scanners which will help them scan the cars and be able to identify them and get either the identity of the vehicle or get the identity of the person, and also be able to ticket online using the machines. The second one is the user portal, where we'll be giving our users a website where they'll be able to pay for all their charges, all their ticketing, and get their documents online for whatever they might need, applying for permits, and everything will be all done online. We then have a portal for the administrators, where people at the offices will be able to manage and see and get insights on what's going on. So when we looked at this market, the numbers we were able to pull up were mainly for the market value were 1.8 billion, where we were looking at the transport system as its own, and also the IoT devices which we want to deploy out there. So in Botswana, we did see that there are over 600,000 users who have vehicles, like people who have vehicles, and then we did look into the market at depth. So when it comes to making money and all that, our startup focuses on making licenses, which we will give to the users, as in like the transport departments, and give them the software as a service. We then look into making money with the transport fees, transaction fees, where when people are paying, we get a certain percentage out of that. Our system also has a fleet management plan, where we offer this to people who want to manage their vehicles, tracking them, being able to see as an organization what's happening to your vehicles at what time, who got a ticket at what time, and what were they doing there. So we have that feature over there. We also will be giving out open APIs, where we'll give out access to banks, insurers, also scholars, for them to be able to use the data we are collecting to come up with other solutions and make sure that the innovation goes on and doesn't stop with just us.
Quite interesting, but I don't know how much research you've done in terms of globally, because I will tell you, we do have first world countries that are already on digital. They don't use physical licensing this. And you actually checked in the world where this is already happening. When you checked?
I've checked a couple of places. I looked into the system in the Netherlands, how they're doing their whole system, where they use the license plates. Of course, there's surveillance all over the place, so that's what they use to identify vehicles most of the time. The UK does a similar thing, where that's where their main focus is. They just use their number plates. And then in South Africa, I know that they do have there are barcode scanners which the officers they go with the machines to scan and also use the machines to ticket and search up people on the.
So as you mentioned, if you were to go the route of actual physical devices, scanners, barcodes, you do understand the expense that's involved in just putting together that type of system or network. Right, that the cost will be astronomical. And another one I wanted to point out, are you aware of the government's One Gov and digital transformation agenda to ensure that all departments and government services are digital? Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am aware of that, and I'm still digging deeper to find out what actually are they working on, what do they have. And, I also did see that last week they posted that they're looking to fix it up, the department, and split it up into 2 divisions, where they still need a fleet management system. They did mention that as one of the things that they need. They did say that they need to service the whole system because it's quite bad at the moment. So I am looking into getting into contact even more and further with them to fully understand the issues that they have with the system and make sure that what we are servicing is not something, an issue we are making up. Maybe they do have a solution for that, but we are getting in contact with them.
When you talk about, I just wanted to mention, when it comes to offering a portal where users get an ID and password, the management of that database management is quite a lot of work. So if you say everybody gets a password, login, what's your password? My password is expired, refresh. It's quite a lot of work. So unless you're putting in the infrastructure to support that type of database management, it'll be quite a heavy cost to entail. Software as a service, yes, that's good. I think you can look into what other analytics you can provide. The information is there. Mind you, we have statistics, Botswana, so there's a lot of information the government has access to. You bringing in the analytical insights as a service to the government, I think that is a value add you can bring in. So overall, yes, I think you're onto something, but you need to refine it to what is currently on the ground and what is the government's priority. Thank you.
What is your expected revenue or PBT on your first year of operation, and if you can just walk us through the thinking there around total cost as well as expected expressions of interest, like who will consume, at what price point, and what are you likely to make. If you're not making any revenue or profit in year 1, please mention at which stage you expect to break even to start making profit.
So we did have a couple of options on the table where when people are paying for their tickets and we get a certain percentage out of that. That's one of the business models we are assessing where we do that. And if we do that, that means you're going to be able to get, because yearly, 90% of the people who have cars in Botswana pay the ticketing, because we're looking at the data of statistics in Botswana. So it was quite consistent that 90%, which is 580,000 people, they pay the things yearly.